Hello and welcome to episode 65 of our Timberborn Update 5 Waterbeaver playthrough here in cycle 87, day 10. 65 episodes. The episode count has been higher than the frame rate for quite some time, as you can see, earning a very healthy 12, 13 FPS at the moment, but we've gotten some great stuff accomplished in this series the past couple episodes. Even if it has been mostly time lapses, mostly kind of condensed because of my inability to speak at length, but I think we're finally moving away from that. Hopefully. We'll see how much of this I'm able to record it, because we have so much that has to get done that I just need to buckle down and make it happen, you know. But last time we got, wow, look at all these. Got all these giant sequoias planted and growing, and they are actually, yes, marked for harvesting, cutting, what have you. But we don't really have the storage space for the giant logs because we can't. Okay, I gotta take this down to single speed again. We haven't started processing these yet because the power shafts are not completely in place, because everything takes time. And time it takes. So on and so forth. Every permutation, combination, whatever you want to call it, of that phrase is absolutely applicable to the Waterbeaver playthrough. But pretty soon we'll have this advanced sawmill and this advanced sawmill both running, and we might be in pretty good shape. We've got all this extra space in which to plant trees. We've got banana trees growing and being cut down, and greenhouses being erected around them, which I think is objectively hilarious. But life goes on, and we have all these other things to take care of as well. So we are going to continue doing whatever we can, whenever we can do it, to try and optimize this playthrough. And one of the chief complaints is that the FPS is low. Yes, I'm sorry. There's not much we can do about it, but there are a couple things. Oh, I forgot I was taking this down. We'll do that in a little bit. There's a couple things we can do. First off, we really don't need to have all of these watertight lodges and stuff here. All I have to make sure that I can do is have this water cannon operating, which in its current place is probably fine if we just replace these watertight lodges, which employ builders, or haulers, I'm sorry. I feel like this hex code for color is not supposed to be here. But we can replace these with dams, and that is what we will do. Just get rid of all of these because, again, we don't need to have 841 beavers. Or if we do, we want them to be concentrated in other spots. So, away it goes, away it goes, away it goes. It's going to cause us to have a lack of water being moved around in a couple of different spots for a little bit of time. We got to pause this. But oh, come on. It's going to be worth it once this is actually taken care of, finished, ready to go. Look at this. Oh, please, come on. Click. Please, please. We're not finished with the playthrough yet. Just make it happen. Thank you. But yeah, this absolute monstrosity right here can easily be replaced. Easily be replaced. All I've got to do is take those out. Primitive dams. There we go. Here. So on and so forth. We also have one of these is a utility dam that you can walk through, but I haven't researched it. But yeah, I'm just going to research that. It has a power shaft going, but I'm not gonna bother. Not gonna mess with it. So, wait, is this that's the utility dam upgrade? But yeah, we'll just make it work, folks. Wait, is this a too tall? Is this a too tall that hasn't been upgraded, or aha? There we go. You know, that actually kind of looks neat. And I don't need the power shaft, so yeah, we're just gonna not worry about it. All right, so that will keep this watered without housing beavers. So that's a cool project for them to work on. Otherwise, over here, we've got a whole lot of land that hasn't been utilized properly. I've got tons of pumpkins. I think we're probably fine on pumpkins for a very long time. This, of course, pumpkin storage, set to supply. None of these are prioritized by haulers, I don't think, just because we don't have enough haulers. But we are going to continue making them, so don't worry about that. Just have to make it work. Our balloons over here, this guy is going to be turned into a jungle beaver balloon just as soon as we have enough of these exploration points. Because I think the jungle beavers need 25. We have more than 25, but I'm tired of building these things over and over again, so... No, the jungle beavers are 20, so I'm going to let them, you know, continue making this. And I love when this, when I reset a save and all the balloons take off at the exact same time. I think that's hilarious. So that's fine there. We already got rid of most of the buildings over here that were housing beavers. This was the really egregious one, having them all the way over here for literally no reason. So, you know, seeing how this is set up, we might not need... nope, it stopped. Never mind. I was going to say we might not need the dams, but now that this is the way it is, we are going to need the dams to keep this thing operating. I could disassemble it and move it a little bit, but to be perfectly honest, I really don't want to mess with that at this point because we are episode 65 of this series. There's not much more we can change without things just being an enormous pain in the butt. But that's going to help us a little bit. We do have 19 homeless beavers, but pretty soon, well, at some point, the beavers will pass away and then they won't be replaced because there's no more breeding space. Ah, yes, the downstream flood, as one does. We'll just let that happen and ignore it, move on with our lives. This bot assembler is bot assembling. Ah, but it doesn't have enough robot parts. Color me surprised. Is this making those? No, because it is plucking the lotuses. Well, there's not too many lotuses left to pluck, so guess what? Time for more robot parts. I really should build more than one of these things. Do I have enough materials to build more of these? Probably. What's the power input on this? It's on the back at the top. Oh, in the corner. Cool. All right. So I'm going to have to build another one of these. Oh, I don't really have a great spot for it because of the way this is set up. See, I was thinking about maybe putting in another one of these stacks of things here, which is why that's like that. Is there anywhere I can really get away with putting this in? Yeah, because the engine we're not going to ever need again. How wide is the assembly line? That is a 4 wide, okay. See, that's really unfortunate that it's like that, because now I've got to find... I gotta find a better place. I mean, I have tons of space over here. But I don't want to have production, well, outside of this, because, you know, the material's right here. I don't want to have production over there, because that's going to be a huge pain in the butt. So this is the other gristmill that I built. I don't have power shaft over here. I mean, I do have power shaft here if I really want to mess with it. I've got that coming out this way, but I don't have space for it. And it's a watertight building. Yep, it's a levee. Very convenient until it's not. There really isn't. Again, I got plenty of space over here, but this isn't a great place for it to go unless I'm only making stuff that can be used in that area. Robot parts. I mean, I probably should have it next to the robot assembler. I'm just so, I'm so conflicted about how this is going to have to end up being set up. Now, there is also not a rule that says I have to have the power shaft here. That's just there because that's where I put it. Well, of course that's where it's there because it... Look, alright, it's fine. Ooh, hold on. I just had an idea. And you know how dangerous that is. Yeah. Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Now, the question is, I'm going to want to have more than one of these, I'm sure. So, probably what's going to have to happen. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. I have the space here. Might as well make use of it. Let's go ahead. Is this going to be a double? Yes. Double dynamite. Lag. Yes, thank you. This is now the utmost priority. I'm going to get rid of those, and then that should... Is this exercise or staging? Staging. Standby. Standby, not staging. I should use the correct term. But this can be relocated. And I think I'm going to. I just have to figure out where that's going to go. Because if I can put multiple of these assembly lines here, that's really going to help us out a whole lot. I know I could have just waited to put the other one in, but let's see here. So if I'm connecting directly, then that works great. But the problem then becomes, how do I get power to something else, because this doesn't have any other connector. It's just the one in the corner. So, ooh, this one will let that hang over stuff? Okay, all right. So what I need to do is I need to have this spaced out like so, which means I can go, oh, yes, okay, I can go all the way over to here. So, say, for example, pausing the game again, I can get away with, ooh, all right, hold on. Dynamite. See, they're going to get really mad at me when I get rid of this, but, well, I guess it doesn't have to be right now. We can wait. But, platforms back behind this thing here. Yes, please. I guess I could have sent somebody over here to grab this this doohickey, but by doohickey I mean tree. I think this is going to be okay. Let's check clearances. If I put that there, oh yeah, all right, that's going to be perfect, because once that moves, then I can put 4 of these. Yes, please. And twice on Sunday. Let's get that put in. Right, like so. And then that's going to need to be one of these kind of numbers. The only question mark that's going to come out of this is, how am I going to get the beepers inside? So, now we have to ask ourselves the question, what is the theoretical limit of the suspension bridge? Oh, there's no... Seriously? Oh, this... I feel bad. I feel bad that this works. There's no reason for that. There's absolutely no reason for that. That is complete... Okay, that's completely absurd. That's allowed. Oh, no. Oh, no. Please tell me this isn't going to let me do what I think it's going to let me do. Please. Please tell me this isn't going to work. Okay, thank God that doesn't work. I was going to... Oh, I was going to be upset with myself. How does this work? No, okay. So I do have to solve this problem. But I don't think that's going to be that hard. This, honestly, I am... I can't believe it's letting me do this, man. That is completely stupid. So we'll... Oh, man. All right. We're going to have to... we're going to have to do something about this, man. All right. I know this is not really how this is supposed to go, but it's got to be fine. You know what? No, we're going to come down from above. It'll be the easiest way to do it. You know, eventually they're going to get this done, and then we'll be good to go. But I need to make sure that that's set up like so. Oh yeah, I need to get rid of these things, which means I'm probably also going to reroute the power to be here. Is this the vertical to straight? That's just a regular straight. Oh, we'll make it work. We have multiple ways to get back here, right? Right? They can go through the other side? Yeah, I think so. Okay, okay. Oh, we're cooking here. That's going to be incredibly stupid, but it's also fine. Alright, disconnect. Say it with me, kids. I love lag. We are trying. kind of, to mitigate that. Let's see, get rid of that stuff. This is going to get reconfigured because it doesn't have to be living in complete insanity. These are just going to go down on the ground because I can, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. This will get hooked up, and then finally be able to have everything else taken care of. Hopefully. And with that, where's my bot standby? Is that science? Yes. I've got a perfect spot right here. Which, of course, is going to require... Wait, this path doesn't go anywhere? Well, say no more. You know what that means. It means this can get blown up, too. And then I'm going to have even more space. Because then I get to make the decision of what else is going to go back here. Because this is a great building. We really should have been using this a lot sooner. And I mean a lot sooner. Can I? I can. Hold on. That would fit there, and that would fit there, and then this other one would also, well, if I put a little bit more stuff in, would fit there. I think, though, just in the best interest of, you know, us accomplishing something, gonna have to say enough's enough with the insanity and just, you know, put a normal building here. So that's gonna be what that is. Okay, and of course this is going to have a platform for all of this stuff to go on top of, because that's the only way this is going to work. That will go... not there. Here. I think I have that set up correctly. Looks like it, yep. Straight power shaft it is. And then, you know what? We can just have this path go straight all the way back through once everything is hooked up, so that's going to be another straight shaft. And then since we have access to this here, just do a nice and simple universal power shaft with a vertical to straight power shaft, and then everything can quit crying about not being connected because life isn't fair sometimes. Yeah, look how slowly this is turning. Yeah, something tells me that's not going to work. Oh boy, just in time for the... just in time for the drought. Oh, I love this game so much. In all of its wonderful and horrible brokenness. And self-inflicted pain because we're playing an absolutely insane bonkers mod. Waterbeavers is truly a magnificent human achievement. But hey, look at that. We've got fewer beavers now, so that will eventually help the lag a little bit. Maybe. What other stuff did we want to work on? Oh! By the way, those of you who were extremely concerned about the nuclear steam vent not working correctly, I did some research, and it turns out that all I had to do was rotate this 90 degrees, as a couple of you suggested. I don't remember exactly who it was. But that's something we will be fixing at some point. I don't think there's any consequence to having this disconnected, other than, you know, not generating power, so probably not during a drought, but we will take care of it. We'll get it done. Eventually. Alright, so now that's taken care of. Let's pop in our bot standby area, which doesn't have to be exactly right here, but I'm going to choose to place it there anyway. Yeah, so there we go. Right next to it, we'll put in our ladders. Vertical tiny stairs. That's what those are going to be called. That'll end up having to go there. Which... there we go. I'll just leave that in place for right now. Obviously, eventually that's going to be a another thing for them to take care of. That's connected, so we know that works. I'm going to go ahead and make the executive decision to speed up the priority of... It didn't click the thing to... Nope. Speed up the connection of this. So then get rid of this nonsense back here. And we can gain some space back. That's always nice to see. This is also a... That's a ladder we don't need. Yeah, hard to get an angle on it, but that can go away. Then all we've got to do is connect. And then we will remove these... lag. Remove these things. Once the rest of the power shafts are connected. And then this whole mess here can go away. And yeah, that's... I mean, we can't really do a whole lot of stuff with this exact space right here. But it is going to clean up things. We can clean up our pathing a little bit. Which, every little bit of that is going to help reduce lag, which is obviously the goal. Oh, hey, this is, it's actually projecting light, which is what these are supposed to do, because it's not currently flooded with nasty water. Alright, they still haven't gotten this taken care of yet. Ah, log shortage again, because now we don't have the power. Unfortunate. But you know what we do have? Is we've got room for grapes. So we'll go ahead and continue planting those guys. Love to see that. This is giant sequoia feller that can't feller any more fellers of the giant sequoia variety, so away you go. Giant log storage, giant log storage, giant sequoia feller that's going to take these down. So that's fine. I've got more grapes to plant. And this would be a good time to make sure that we can actually harvest these. That is a lumberjack. This is a harvester's office, which has all of these grapes in range. And I've got space here now for additional grapes. Harvesting stuff, should I choose to do that. Probably makes sense just to put a couple more of these in. So this guy here is going to be able to reach a decent bit of them. And then I think we're going to need, when this giant sequoia feller over here goes away, when there's no more giant sequoias to fell, then he'll get a harvester's thing over here as well. Provided that it has enough land to sit on. I guess we'll see what happens there. But the tree nursery can actually plant these, so we'll just let that be its own thing. I know the frame rate is terrible. There's not really much of anything I can do about it. Ooh. We can detonate this, though. That's going to be fun. And away we go. So, a little anticlimactic because we know that this isn't watered yet. But after we get all of this stuff brought down, then we can have a path go through, and then I can put another irrigation station in. Come on, click on the correct thing, please. Thank you. Alright, double dynamite. Up there, please, and thank you. Single dynamite. Here, please, and thank you. Hey, we got 500 of this stuff. Wow, see, we actually have the materials now. That was one of the chief things that I was worried about, was actually having the materials to blast away. There's another thing you guys have been very, very frequently asking for is to get this completely taken care of so that we can put in some more balloons or more bamboo, as the case may be. But I said, actually in a comment reply right before hitting record on this, that we don't have the means to produce the explosives, and then I, of course, foot insert mouth. We have tons, so I guess I just need to get good. But we're slowly getting there. And I do mean slowly. But it's a good thing this hasn't dried out yet, because we're not going to have any more water through here for another 4 days. I think it's probably fine. But these dams probably need to be made sooner rather than later. What are we waiting on? Oh, it's metal fasteners. Metal fasteners are a problem now. Gee, I wonder what could have possibly contributed to us not having metal fasteners. So that's going to be one of those things we have to keep making. Obviously, we have a couple options to do that. We have this multi-purpose center workspace right now that's supposed to be making those, but the scrap metal is not exactly flowing like we want it to. So that's going to be something we have to keep our eye on. Waiting on logs, which tends to be a pretty common thread, what we've got going on here. 42,000 food. I do remember seeing a couple comments talking about the buffet canteens and the fruit bars and everything working a whole lot better when they can actually, you know, supply all this stuff. Which, you know, of course, that's how that's going to work. But we will get there. Eventually. Well-being average is 60, which, you know, for water beavers isn't fantastic, but overall, I would not say that we're doing poorly. We just have to be able to make stuff work. And I've got 132 gold dust, which means we should probably be making a gold bar, but I was so worried about having the laboratory glassware that I just had this do that permanently. But let's go ahead and start making a gold bar. Because you know what we do with the gold bars? We can make statues, which give a whole bunch of well-being, and that's always a nice thing. There's just so much going on right now that requires us to just dutifully keep up with things that need to be kept up with. It's a process, right? Got one more giant log here, and then all of the giant sequoias will be felled, which means I can take the giant sequoia fellers away, which means I can put in more of those harvesters' offices, which, yes, those do provide additional beds. But we're actually looking pretty good. Pretty good long-term here. Got a couple things that we probably could get rid of, like a bunch of these pit and ladder lodges with haulers and liquid storages. We can probably get rid of at least 4 of these. So all they're doing is storing lemonade, which isn't something of huge consequence. We can make a giant buried storage for that if we feel so inclined. But it's just honestly not been that big of a priority for us. Or for me, at least. For some of you, it definitely has been, but can only do so much. Now, these... Oh, I want to click on the establishment, not the beaver. Lumberjack flags can get out of here, because there's not going to be any more lumber to jack. Lumberjack flag. Nothing to do in range. See ya. Go do whatever you want. So that's looking good. Okay, I see no more giant sequoias. So, time for those to go away. So now the fellers are gone. Which means I can put in yet another harvester's office. And I think for the way we're going here... Now, why is that not letting me... you know what? You know what? It's because we got a crappy platform here. Okay, well, that's easily solved. All I have to do is put 1,000 pieces of dirt in a hole. Everybody's got 1,000 pieces of dirt lying around, right? Good. Make it happen. Get to work. Let's go ahead and let them take care of that. And then I can put a harvester's office in. And this guy will be able to harvest pretty much everything else the rest can't get to. And then some, which is nice. But just about all the space that we have here. I planted inside... Okay, that's so dumb. Why did I do that? We'll just go ahead and get rid of this. That's going to be okay. So, this can be filled in too, but I don't have that much dirt. We'll just leave that alone. Grapevine. And I'm assuming this will reach... No, actually doesn't reach there. Wait a second. If this is in range, then that means I can grow 6 more grapes there. Which means what I should be doing... lag. Is I should be putting this hauling office. Harvester's office. Come on, here. Because, yeah, look at that. I got 6 more spots to grow grapes. Which, it's entirely possible I already have enough grapes on the map. Did that seriously just place 1? Come on, man. But, you know, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. Remember our Mythbusters analogy there? So I'm pretty sure having 3 or 4 of these harvesters' offices in range will be able to take care of it. So I'm going to be pretty confident just putting this in as more grapes. And there you go. Now let's come back over here. How's this nonsense going? Okay, so that's all connected, which means I can come in here with the Demolish building tool. Yes, so much lag. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. It's going to get rid of the path, too. Okay, we'll fix that later. No real reason to be upset about anything here. Although it is rather irritating to have the lag make it skip. That is definitely annoying. Get this out of here. Okay, so that's done. Now what I will do... Oh, please. Thank you. This can come across this way. And come across just like so. The most realistic thing that's going to be happening here is that this will also get blown up. Because we have so much dynamite and all that fun stuff. And then I'll take out the stuff in front of this, and then this can just be a ladder to get up. Now, I could have also demolished it and then built another one lower, but I just thought this was a convenient way to get power where it was supposed to be going. And I ended up being correct, so that's always good to see. Let them take care of that as they are able. And look at this, look at this. And our grape numbers are still just hilariously low, because we are processing most of it into grape juice, which is then immediately turned into wine or some other sort of something. So, very clearly we have been working with a massively undersupplied logistics chain for quite some time. Either that or it was perfectly balanced, as all things should be, and then I just caught up to it. I don't know. So we'll see what happens, I suppose. But nature is healing. Kind of. If I could just get them to finish this stuff, I think, I mean, the logs are still being just used as quickly as possible. So that is what it is. But hey, look, we got another greenhouse here. That's cool. This is ready? Looks like it. Maybe. Click, please. Thank you. Somehow I missed one of these, which is very strange how that would have happened. But I'll just blame it on the lag. That's the easy thing to do. Put that there. And then, yeah, let's just grab all these. One fell swoop, get this whole thing knocked out. Put in a path here. Oh, come on. This always does this to me. Click. Thank you. With that all lined up, I don't think I'm going to need more than 6 of these greenhouses over here, even though the amount of bananas we have is still incredibly low. Because of course it is. How's everything else doing over here? I haven't really... Okay, this is still wet. That's fine. These need the metal fasteners and the logs, which they don't have. This is also just about ready to get removed. I guess I probably should have done this a lot earlier, but you know how that goes. I am going to go ahead and detonate this. And then come back with the regular dynamite like so. They can place all that from the outside. That's totally fine. Too far from a district. What is this? Oh, this isn't connected. Well, that would explain why. How's everything else looking supply-wise? I think, honestly, stuff is looking pretty good. We just have to remember to keep up with everything. Which, easier said than done. Cycle 88 begins. Alright, now that's disconnected. Stairs are gone. Come forth with the explosives. Blow these up expeditiously, and we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming, which was to apparently not click on the prioritization tool. There we go. This is in place, waiting. Surprise, surprise. It's waiting on logs, like everything else. Do we at least have... Ah, we do. But we don't have this. Because, oh, it's waiting on metal fasteners. Okay, so we saw that the metal fastener production was being held up by a lack of scrap metal. Probably what happened there was I, in my misplaced zeal, that always happens, built these to make glass panes because I needed to make greenhouses. But one of these foundries that I switched over was originally making the scrap metal. I believe. Let's check this guy. Yeah, this one's making the silicon metal ingots. So, how much more are we working with here? Okay, that one needs 19. Oh, this one needs all 69. Okay. Well, it's no longer absolutely paramount that that happens, so I guess what we'll do is just change one of these back to scrap metal and let them do that. Dynamite. And ladder. There we go. Get this situated here. Very good. Now we also have the option, should we so choose, to place another assembly line right here. Of course, that's going to require the path get rerouted again. But for right now, until we do that, I'm just going to have this connected so everything can be connected. Why is there a platform here? That doesn't need to be there. Get out of here. So this is all looking okay. Okay, good. They finished this. I know we're jumping around a lot, but it's gonna be worth it when this is all hooked up. I hope you can trust and believe. This is hooked up, but it's... Ah, this is not hooked up. This is a vertical to straight power shaft when it should be a universal. So we'll get that situated back again. Get these brought in because I'm really tired of this not being done, so we're just going to prioritize it and wait. I know we're waiting on the logs, but once this is connected, we're going to have many more logs that we can use to make more logs, because that's apparently how it works. So now all we have to do is wait. We're so good at waiting. We've done so much of it this entire series. I think, I can't remember who... I'm so bad at remembering the names of people who suggest stuff. I'm sorry about that, but whoever it was that suggested, or I guess did the math rather, and told me that this series was now at this point well over 100 hours long. I salute you. And anyone who's watched all of this, you also deserve some sort of accolades because, man, that's a lot of Timberborn videos to watch. Just so many. But now we can come in and put these high power shafts in. The vertical stuff is a better solution, yes, but I am going to miss the elegant simplicity of the single item that is the high power shaft when we move to update 6. But the flexibility of the other setup is nice. But these needing 12 logs apiece, that is nasty work. That's what that is. So I guess I could have just, you know what? No, you know, we're not cavemen. We have technology. I can just use this thing that's going to be cheaper. Technically. Alright. They will have no problems making that versus waiting for 24 logs. I can promise you that's not going to go well. But these are connected, and we are currently making 21, almost 22,000. Now it's 22. These are going to add 1,000 apiece, so that is going to require that we increase our power output, which means we're going to need another reactor. Which means we're going to need another PhD in nuclear physics, which I think we have. Yeah, buddy, we got one right here. So that's going to require that we build, like I said, another reactor. We have options. That's the advanced one that we've already built. We have the overdrive, which produces 36,000 HP, but it does every hour consume 1/10 of a nuclear fuel, whereas the advanced one, well, a lot less than that, I guess. There's probably some exact number that I should know off the top of my head, but I don't. So I think we're just going to go ahead and build another one of these advanced reactors. We're going to have some way of attaching it to our mess over here, which I don't think is going to be hard. I just have to have a power shaft turn going the right way here, and then into this same mess there. Then it's going to take them a while to build this, but we do absolutely need it. So that's going to... Oh, you know what? No, I need to have the nuclear boiler underneath it. That's what the problem was. Yes. Hello, darkness, my old friend. 300 metal fasteners. 500 metal... Well, we have the metal. Actually, that's really nice. But 300 metal fasteners, boy, that's going to take a long time. Well, I mean, we do need to build it, so I guess I can't be mad, but that's going to take a very long time. Alright, so deprioritize it goes. And then that guy, I got to rotate. There we go. Yet again, deprioritized. And then the nuclear steam vent. Now, the fun thing is going to be, do I need to rotate it for each corner? So I just rotated it 4 times and absolutely nothing changed. So it's in the original spot. We'll put this thing on here, and we'll see what happens. I love how it just emanates smoke even in its ghostly ethereal form. Fantastic. What is this waiting on? Surprise, surprise! It's logs! Alright, is this connected yet? Okay, good. So this should be making planks. And this one's making logs. Very good. And I've got steel saw blades. Hopefully I don't run out of those. Okay, the grape numbers are going up, which is nice to see. Will they stay up, is the question. I guess the better thing to check would be grape juice numbers, which, of course, are still very low. But we have wine, and it's actually staying there. So that's exciting. That is definitely some sort of progress being made there. Scrap metal numbers have increased, obviously, because I turned one of these on. Unfortunately, the glass is being kind of a pain. Ha 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 ha. Yes, I know. I know. You suffer through it anyway, and for that I commend you. How is this? Do I even dare to ask? Oh no. Well, I can't say I'm surprised, because this is exactly what happens. I don't know why I paused the game. It doesn't matter. These are all dead. This is exactly the kind of stupid crap that happens when I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. So, since I don't have the water shooter 5000 hooked up, we're going to go back to fluid dumps and turn those things on. Because, yeah, buddy, look at this. I literally did this to myself. I know. I know. That's just the way it goes. I made my bed, now I have to lie in it. All that nonsense. Now it just needs metal fasteners. It needs logs, and I need to get... Is it going to let me click on the non-upgrade bit of this? I don't think the answer to that question is yes. Like, there is no there's no part of this I can actually click on. It's just waiting on logs and metal fasteners. I'm assuming the bottom one is as well. So yeah, that's absolutely my fault. Absolutely, completely preventable. But I didn't do it. I didn't prevent it, so... You can laugh. If that's how you deal with tragedy, then so be it. But now I'm kind of curious. Okay, they haven't brought anything over here, which is about what I expected. Alright, metal fasteners, you're our only hope. At least we're making 4 of these per hour. As long as the scrap metal gets brought in. So I'm going to prioritize this by haulers. We have 120 of them that are currently working. And this one is making what? Come on. Tools. How many tools do I have? Somehow still not enough tools. Oh, it's waiting on logs. Alright. Bramble flowers. Those are looking okay. Now, I've been informed that the GMO growing lab recipe for the bramble flowers is actually pretty good because it uses a relatively small amount of the glowing juice that I was so intent on not using. So, seeing that, and that this is completely full, I'm going to switch one of these over to bramble flowers. And we'll see if that helps in any way, shape, or form. I'm sure it will. Which, if it did, would free this up to be able to make more of the metal fasteners, which, yeah. I'll just go ahead and do it. Why not, right? We can make it work. Man, it is just, like, I know I should have expected this. And I kind of did, but then I kind of didn't. And, well, that's what happens. But the good news is we're not out of minty bamboo shoots. Yet. Grapes are being grown and harvested slowly. Does this actually have the... Oh, good. Wow, where have I seen that one before? It's waiting on logs. This is supposed to help our log situation, not make it worse. Or maybe it's just that there's so much log demand that it just can't possibly keep up. I guess we'll see what happens. This is ready. Okay. So... the bananas are not being cut down because I don't have enough lumberjacks. That was another thing people had suggested that I do, is put in some gatherer flags so that the... maybe it's a lumberjack. No, it's a tapper's flag that can take the wood off the giant sequoias when they're not... Brain just completely decided that it was going to be out to lunch today. That's fine. You know what I meant. So we're going to have... I'm just going to say 2 more lumberjack flags here to take care of these banana trees. Which, actually, some of these weren't marked, so that's my fault there. I was trying to figure out, do I want to put more than 6 of these here? Because I could actually fit... ooh, never mind, that answers that question. The tree nursery can't reach anymore. But what I'll tell you what I don't need is I do not need any more sequoias, probably ever. So, what if we decided to put... Nope, that's not it. Where is the green? There it is. How many of these can fit? Can I fit 2 of these? Ah, no, I can only fit 1. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, wait. You know what we can do? You know what we can do? What can we do? We can, first of all, stop talking to the voices in our head. And second of all, we can do that. That's going to work great. Because I know someone out there is screaming, you don't have enough glass panes. You don't have enough glass panes. Stop it. Well, I regret to inform you that I am not stopping it. But at the same time, I don't regret to inform you because it's actually going to be pretty cool. This is going to very cleanly get connected here. Remember, because the inside of this is entirely paths, all I've got to do is just lag. Massively deprioritize these 3. And now I have a perfect encapsulation for the rest of my space with which I can grow bananas. Or in which I can grow bananas. That is going to work splendidly well, especially once I put another one of these irrigation lodges in. Did get the question in the comments, why did we not use the super fertilizing irrigation tower baths over here? And that is because they do not repel contamination. Even though there's a couple of places where I could have gotten away with putting the regular, or not the regular, the super fertilizing irrigation tower baths in, I figured it was better to have a consistent placement and size of things. So that's why I did it that way. Hopefully you can understand and appreciate that. On we go to the rest of our nonsense here. The food situation is still looking good, but now that we have more of these juices, I think our fruit bar is going to be looking a whole lot better. All we got to do is just keep on making things as good as we can make them, and that should hopefully help quite a bit. Now, the pineapples are actually being disseminated fairly evenly, which is nice. Bananas to about half of them as well. Weird Udon is another one of those things that we just haven't been able to keep up with, because I think we ended up switching the buildings that were making those things to other stuff. Coffee, I have not even bothered trying yet. I feel like we probably should do that. Amazing food is... Somebody told me at one point what that was. I'm pretty sure that's just the deluxe stew, or a couple other things. Wooden toys we haven't tried making yet. Shell necklaces, very slow process, but that's one of those things I think the assembly line can help with. Comic books, that's going to be a whole process. The sky fountain is nice that we have. I don't know what the theoretical cap of utilization is for that. I know if we lower our working hours, that will help a little bit, but there's still so much that needs to get done. I'm kind of reluctant to make that happen. Rooftop terraces, those aren't going to be hard to put in. Agoras I have not used yet because we don't have the correct amount of the... what is that called? The essence of something? Well, we'll get it figured out. So I said at the beginning of the episode, or toward the beginning of the episode, that I was going to keep removing just regular places for beavers to live, so I will do that. Surprise, you no longer have a place to sleep, and also there's a lemonade everywhere. But that's going to bring our beaver capacity down to 810. It probably needs to be lower than that, but I think we're going to be totally fine. This leaves us with a lemonade capacity of 600, which is still plenty for what we're doing with the lemonade. That is A-okay. Shit, this still hasn't filled up yet, but this, you know, it's working. It's working. We just need the logs, and then this will start backing up a little bit as soon as this middle bit's done. So that's good to see. Let me make sure this gets connected here. I want to be able to... Ah, lag! Come on. One of these days, I will be able to actually play this game. Okay. There we go. Get rid of this. And get rid of that. Now that's clean. Another possible source of beaver overpopulation, all these liquid storage houses, which are vital to keeping this area plugged up, but, well, I guess these are only 3 each. That's probably fine. That's our comic book stuff. Are there any other superfluous houses? These are serving as dams. Farmhouses probably are a major contributor to that. These things right here. These pit and ladder lodges. Oh, there's nobody even working here anyway, so I'll tell you what. They're housing 6 and they're employing 3. These... I think this was a relic from when this was a separate district, so... bye. I can plant more... oh, there's people sleeping in that one. Oops. Well, it happens. Now I've got space. I don't have a ton of extra space, but I do have space for some additional unbelievably tall bamboo. And it's not going to fit there because of that, but the way this is set up... No, I could have done this a different way, but this here, this double platform, does not need to be here. And that can be replaced with another bamboo, assuming it can actually reach that, which I didn't bother to check. Yeah, I really can't see. It does not appear that this reaches. Well, then how did the rest of that get planted then? Huh? Why is it like that? There's probably something I needed to do to make that work, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, get these things out of here. These are connected, and they are cutting. And things do seem to be catching up a little bit. Bramble flowers looking good. Hey, this is spraying water again. Excellent. So this reduced our potential population. Everything we've done today has reduced our potential beaver population by about 60 beavers. We did have to add some buildings that had extra beds in them, but we've removed a substantial quantity. We have 27 beavers that are going to not have anywhere to sleep, but that's the way it goes. That's showbiz, baby. That's working out. How's this doing over here? Okay, absolutely no progress. Good. Well, this is ready now to put in another skewer platform upon which I should be able to place a ladder in incredibly broken and hilarious fashion. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Except I don't hate the game. I love this game. This game has changed my life in very wonderful ways. Still waiting on logs. Now I got 10 bots that I can't do anything with until this is built. But I'm also going to get rid of this one, which means I need another place for them to go. Oh, man. Somebody asked in the comments, or it wasn't really a question so much as a statement, talking about whether these hauling bot standby areas are location dependent. If the bots are actually, working, then it doesn't really matter. I think my personal thought on that would be that it does not matter if they are constantly working. I just don't want to commit to putting more in a place that might be useful for other purposes. However, I've got all this space over here with all of these berries that we really don't need. So, if I were to, say, for example, get rid of all of this, then suddenly I'd have a 5x5 spot I could put a bot standby area in. Not that I have the logs to do anything with it, but that would be part of the process for sure. I got space here I don't think I'm going to end up doing anything with. That's probably fine. If I'm that concerned about it, I'll put something in there, but for right now, I think we're just going to be A-okay to pop this right here. Alright. So, as soon as that gets done, before the heat death of the universe, that will be looking better. We started replanting stuff. Yes, we have, which is great to see. It is just unfortunate that it came to that. But the dam is in place, and it is, I think, working. This is kind of a strange water flow pattern here, but you know what? It's fine. We'll take it. How are we doing on other stuff? We're looking. Oh, hey, this is done. But of course, these don't have logs. All right, let's make this a priority just so this can get started here. Because this is actually ready to go. This one I'm going to put on robot parts. In addition to this one being put on robot parts. And then this one can get turned back into not robot parts. But what I was doing with this previously was plucking lotuses, but I don't have enough lotuses to pluck because we killed a whole bunch of them. Wooden toys, I'm assuming are going to take logs, so I'm not going to bother with that. Metal blocks, planks, and gears. I got plenty of all of that. What is this? Rainbow juice. Oh, hold on. Multi-juice processing. What is this? Whoa. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Where has this been this whole time? I know it's been right here, and I just haven't looked at it. This is an absolute power play. Oh, bad tie. I guess that'll be the end of the episode. This is an absolute power play, because you know what we're going to do? You know what we're going to do? I'm going to leave this on robot parts. And, oh my God, look at this. It's so perfect. It's right next to the fruit bar. Yes. Yes, let's go. Multi-juice processing. Make it happen, folks. Do it right here. Right here. Oh, that's so perfect. Walk away, go away, come again, never again. No day. You know that meme it's like the kid is like I don't know, like somebody's talking wherever, and like this kid next to his mom. It's like, Mom, I'm scared. Is that from SpongeBob? Or is that or is, oh no, I think it's those two fish, and it goes like, Marty, I'm scared. But I don't remember what the context of that is. Anyway, that's I guess what's happening in my mind right now. Totally fine. No cause for concern whatsoever. But yeah, getting this processing the multiple juices at once, I think is going to really, really, really help the fruit bar. Assuming, of course, that we can stock all these things, which, you know, we're not even importing coconuts at all, so I know that's not the case. But we have the option to import coconuts if we so choose. I've got them right here that I can do. We were getting seashells, which, you know, is a nice thing to have. But, say that's jungle beavers, island beavers. If I just make both of these island beavers, then I think we might be okay. Because this is supposed to, at some point, turn into another jungle beaver. 38. I will get a little bit of a refund, and I think that's probably fine. What's the cost of getting another island beaver? Is that this guy? 20, and then the jungle beavers is 20 also. You know what? Oh man, but I want to have the scouting balloon. I know I have to have it. All right, you know what I'll just take this jungle beaver one away, and we'll island beaver it up. What does beaver it up even mean? That sounds like some sort of obscene thing. Oh, let's rotate the right way. Hold on. Come on. Come on. Come on. One more. One more. There we go. All right, island beavers. I need those coconuts. But I didn't look at what the trade thing was for them. Hold on. Coconuts. No, of course it's wine. Wine and coconuts. What a horrible pairing. My God, that would be awful. Well, probably also doesn't help that I don't even like wine to begin with. The bamboo is growing, friends. Soon. TM. We'll have more bamboo. This is waiting on, predictably, logs. Hopefully the metal fasteners, now that I've built all those dams, can catch up. I know these are continuing to trade. Obviously, we're still making progress over here with this nonsense. Oh, they have all the metal fasteners. Color me thoroughly surprised. Nuclear steam vent. It's not the one I want. There we go. So, the 10 nuclear fuel and the 25 nuclear waste are going to take us a little bit of time to get to. Screw press axles are running low, which means I probably should have one of my Abyss factories start making those. This is not the building that does that. Yeah, so let's build another one of those. Which one is that? Factory operating team. Needs metal fasteners. Okay. All right. I gotta hide this and pause the game so I can actually scroll around. Wow, this is so much better when I don't have to cope with lag. All right. It got real quiet. That's kind of weird. All right. So that's there. Bring this back in. Have this set to screw press axles. That works. Well, made it an hour, 5 minutes into the recording before I had to mute so I could cough. So I think we've made some great progress here. Great progress. Very, very encouraging. And the beaver number is down to 786. The FPS haven't really recovered that much, but we've made some decent strides. in that field today, so that's looking pretty good. This remains whatever it is because, you know, the glass is going to take an absolutely ridiculous amount of time. The quartz situation, I haven't bothered to check and see if we're still mining any. I'm assuming we are. Yes, okay, so that's fine. What other final stuff? I guess that's going to be it. Because I'm at about an hour 5. I'm going to have to take some of the loading out, and it's probably about a good time to go ahead and stop it. So, let's go ahead and take care of our floodgate dams. And then we'll get you guys out of here. Very productive episode. Very productive episode. I absolutely feel fantastic about everything that we've been able to do. Making little bits of progress one step at a time because that's all you can do. But yeah, oh man, we've got so much good stuff done. All we've got to do is get the rest of these bot staging areas up and running again, and that's going to be looking pretty good. I can get rid of this as soon as that one and the other one gets built, and then, yeah. Oh man, I'm so happy with this. We have more giant sequoias than we will ever need. We have a lot of grapes. We actually have grape juice, kind of. And as soon as we have enough of the raw materials coming in, specifically coconuts, then we're going to be in really good shape to have the multi-juice processing. Can't believe I never even bothered to check that out before. That's fantastic. I'm so glad that exists. But yeah, now I think I can safely unpause these guys here, because we know they were not being used. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this one, folks. I really appreciate your support in this whole series, and especially bearing with me while I was, I guess I still technically am, kind of recovering from whatever respiratory ailment has been plaguing my family for the past month. But things are looking up. And we're making some great progress here, making great progress in the Iron Teeth playthrough as well. Hopefully can get back to the Satisfactory streams and other fun stuff soon. I got something coming next week that you guys might be interested in. Beard boosters already know. Shh, don't spoil surprises. But, yeah, good times, folks. Here we are in cycle 88, day 14 with the bad tide started that we have already prepared for. And we're good to go. So, again, thanks for being here. Beard boosters, you already know. But I cannot do this stuff without your support. I really, truly appreciate it. And I'm so excited to get to continue doing all sorts of fun stuff. Try some new things as well with everybody here. You have massively enriched my life, and I hope that in some way you can gain enjoyment from what we're doing as well. So whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you in the next video. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.